What's going on YouTube? Q back here again with another video for you. Today's video, I'm about to go over oh my god, brings tears to my eyes, freezing out here, but I'm about to go over the 1 month ownership review of my 2021 BMW M2 Competition. So I took delivery of this thing a month ago and had it driven back home by the dealership. And honestly, I haven't driven this car as much as I have wanted to. The weather hasn't been cooperating like I want to, because we started a late winter this year. So we didn't really get snow in December or January, but it started coming through in February and March, which is when I got the car, and that came along with ice storm. So it's been in the garage for the most part. I got the car. The car had like 33,000, probably 200 miles, and now it's at 33,900 miles on it. So really haven't driven it mainly for videos, but for pleasure. I haven't driven the car too much, but I'm gonna get into everything that I have noticed and experienced in my 1 month ownership of the 2021 BMW M2 Competition. Shout out to the men of culture. We're all trying to shake it up with these cars out here. See Blueprint, he got the K-Tech going on in his car. 100 Gang Nate, race car friends, we are all in the market. Well, they are in the market now, so looking to see what they do on their channel, so stay tuned for them. Let me dive deep into this video. So cue the intro and let's go. This is your first time stopping by the channel? What's up? I'm Q, started the channel, and this is my current flagship car of the channel. I tend to like cars that have good handling prowess and somewhat speedy, so this is my new car for the channel. This replaced my Camaro ZL1. I had a 2022 ZL1 Camaro, and this is the manual too. I only drive manual cars on my channel, and let's take a look at it, man. So I got a couple modifications already, nothing too serious yet. So I just tinted the windshield. The previous owner already had tint going all the way around, and I got a mid pipe, custom mid pipe by MRT. Check out the last video, makes it sound much better. And the previous owner, they got the carbon fiber wrap or inlets on the side mirrors, carbon fiber wrap roof, and the carbon fiber spoiler. These exhaust tips are already black. I got the stock exhaust back here. Not sure if I want to change that out just yet. Looking like it's got truck anatomy down there, if you know what I mean, how it hangs low. But this stock exhaust wasn't much to write home about. That mid pipe it worked wonders on it. So I just got it installed a couple days ago, but now it sounds much better, less raspy, more bass and throaty. Man, go check out the video and hear all the audio clips. But overall, very pleasant car thus far. And oh yeah, the gold wheels, man, that's what attracted me to this car. So this car is very playful in nature. Like, it's not a serious car. Like, I'm not trying to get the best numbers, like the most grip. This is a fun car, man, and this is what I want to bring to the channel. Like, it's not all about the paper warriors, like, oh, the spec sheet, like, what's the 0 to 60, what's the quarter mile time? I just want to have fun in the car, man. As you can see, when I was hanging out with Blueprint 1LE, what happened, never attempted that ever before, and it was just so easy to do. Like, I knew the concept of doing a donut, a figure eight at that. That seemed kind of complex. I don't even know what I was doing, to be honest. Never really attempted to do it, but I just did it. And I tried that in my other cars before. The GT350, that thing would not, I couldn't, even with the traction control and ECS completely defeated, I couldn't do burnouts or donuts in that car, man. Same with the Camaro, the ZL1. My donuts in the ZL1, I didn't even really put them on film. Like, I got footage. I'll see if I can find that for you all, but yeah, it just wasn't easy to do. This car, I just hopped in and did the thing right away. I was natural at it. Very playful in nature, man. So that's what I'm loving about this car so far. It's not so serious. I know a lot of people compare this to the Porsche, the Cayman to be exact, and that car is more serious. It's putting the rubber down to the road. This is definitely a more playful car. So let me talk about what I have noticed. It's my other car, garage mate. It's the Acura Integra, and we got the Blazer still. This car is like different. Not to say it's good or bad, but it's different. And having 3 different cars from 3 different manufacturers, some of these things just make me want to pull my hair out, man. It's like, why is it designed this way? But let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me start the car up. And this is just simple things. I'm talking about nothing even advanced. It's like, what the heck? So if I want to turn the car off, I have to press the button and the engine is off. But if, as you see, like with the Blazer and every other car except the Integra, once you press that button, everything just turns off. In this car, you turn it off, you go to open the door, it's still on. So door is open, the car is still in like accessory mode, so you gotta press this button twice to completely turn the car off. That's different. That's mad different to me. So another thing that's different with this car that besides the lock button being here, shout out to the Fiesta ST, it had a lock button like somewhere in the middle of the dash. But like I'm saying, like when I'm exiting the car, some cars when you turn the car off, or let me actually turn it off. So once you do that, some cars the doors automatically unlock, but in here if you want to get out, and I know this is a coupe, so you pull the door handle, and I'm pulling as hard as I, well, don't want to break it, but you pull it once, it unlocks the door, then you got to pull it again to open the door. Why'd they do that? Why'd they make it that way? Let me step right back in the car. We ain't done yet in here. So another thing that I did notice when pulling in the garage, once I'm pulling in, the park sensors don't go blaring. Like my Integra, that's something that annoys me. But with this car, it just doesn't happen on its own. So I would like for that to happen. But in order to do that, I got to press this little park assist button down here. And what that's going to do is going to turn on the sensors and camera and stuff up there. So that way I can know when I'm about to crash into the wall in front of me. I get the rear camera. I can use this iDrive. Oh yeah, iDrive, that's another thing getting used to as well, like controlling the screen. It's touch screen as well, but I can control everything from down here. And this is good too, man. Like the only two buttons I really use are the audio and the menu. Well, it's media, so press media, goes right back to my Apple CarPlay. I lied to you. I gotta disable this right here, the park feature, and then it goes back to the CarPlay. And then I can also go through my menu screen, because I had a couple alerts this week. My tires were low and my gas was running out, so I had to go here to cancel that. And that's where you go to see what the PSI is in the tire, so had to go through there. But it's, once you get used to it, it's really good. Like I like it. It's fast, does exactly what you want it to do. Certain things, like I can't fast forward through my tracks easily. That's another thing, because I'm a huge fan of Apple CarPlay. Like if I want to fast forward my music, I can do it here, but I have to go to like highlight this fast forward and hold this giant button down while I'm driving. But there's a simpler way to do it through the steering wheel, and I'm used to like skip tracks on my steering wheels. Like, so this is the wheel right here, so you got to scroll up or down or press it in to get the track information up on the screen there. And then if you hold the button, you still can't fast forward, it just skips. Is it good? Is it bad? It's just different. This screen is like super small too. Like it's literally like not much bigger than my phone. Actually, they're like the same size. So my phone and the Apple, or the Apple CarPlay screen are like the same size. And you can't make it extend all the way over. It does have a split screen option on there, but it doesn't really it doesn't help with anything. So it's still going to be something on that other side of the screen over here. So you can make it be like, I have it set to like my current efficiency. You can put it on system navigation, your GPS positioning, which I don't care about. Basically, I got it on what is good, your trip computer, or you can put the media, which is redundant to the CarPlay. But the time is also like on here and on CarPlay in the upper left-hand corner. I think the real estate on the right side of the screen could have been useful, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just different, not what I'm used to. Auto rev match in this car is undefeated. You cannot defeat auto rev match in this car. So if you want a heel toe downshift, something that I suck at and can't do on my own, but I like to downshift rev match on my own, you cannot, it's not in the system to turn off. You can get a beamer code thing, which I think I will do. You can unlock a lot of customization for that. You can connect your phone to the OBD2 dongle and customize certain things. That way you can defeat auto rev match, but there's no way. Like in every other car, you can defeat it. I personally don't like it at all, because I like to do that myself, or learn how to do heel toe downshifting. But you can't do that in here, because it's going to, once you go to downshift, once you press the clutch in and go to a gear, it's going to blip to the right RPM. And that's great, especially on track if you're going for time, but I just like the enjoyment of doing that myself. and that's not on this M2. It is on the newer M3s and M4 though in the system. It'll probably, you can guarantee it'll be on the new M2 coming out soon. Another good thing about this car, and this is a characteristic that German cars generally have, it's like the solid feel of everything on here. Like there's a solid thud, solid thunk. Everything that you touch, like the trunk feels heavy. Like I'm surprised they weigh as light as they do with how heavy things feel, especially the doors. Because cars like the WRX, not to rag on that car, but the doors felt light on that. And these doors feel like you in an armored vault or something, and they're super heavy. It's like, man, how much do these doors weigh? But everything feels heavy. Every single button in here, very solid. Like I know in my Camaro, I was saying like the buttons in there are very cheap. Like especially the gear selector, not the gear selector, the track mode, sport mode, that suspension setting. I could never like really feel like, am I pressing this button right? So you have to like press it really hard to confirm. In this car, there's no second guessing. You press something, it's gonna activate whatever. And it's pretty simplistic in here too. It's like nothing over the top as far, oh dang, I left the car on. Oops. Battery drain coming soon. Everything is pretty simplistic. Like even all these buttons, very, very solid. We got the knob for the temperature. You can't do syncing like other temperatures. That's something that I thought was weird. So if I want the same temperature, I got to adjust it on this side and that side. But everything's pretty clear once you get used to where the buttons are. Heated steering wheel in here. Something I did notice about the BMW M2 is that the suspension on here, it is firm, and that comes to some weird driving characteristics. So Michigan roads are terrible. I bet we got the worst roads in the nation. Like these things are just crumbling. But like while I'm on those bumpy roads and I have it in Sport Plus mode, the pedal is so sensitive and the throttle response is so instant that while I'm on those bumps and my foot is modulating on the pedal, I'm actually like pushing the pedal and then I'm like banging my head into the seat. It's like a weird sensation. The first time I did that, I thought something in the car was like breaking. I'm like, oh my God. But then I realized I'm on bumps and like ever so slightly on the pedal, like the response is instant. So with those bumps and the way the suspension is set up, it's yeah, you're gonna feel all of that, and all those inputs, the minor inputs, you're gonna feel that. So I could bump it down to like sport mode instead of Sport Plus. Once I get the smooth payment, it's all good. Another thing about the M2 over here, this car could be my only car. It's practical enough as a two-door. Like it's a small car on the outside, which is great because if you like weaving into traffic or city parking, this car fits the bill really well for that, especially compared to the M3 and M4. But I could use this. My family, all four of us, can fit in this car, and it's comfortable too. Like I'm shocked. Like I don't have to move my seat for my daughter to sit behind me. And then it's got like interior storage, like 4 cup holders up front. Wow, how did they package that? And the trunk is big enough for me to fit some larger items into. So it's a very practical car. This could be my one and only car. I'm not saying that I'm getting rid of the Integra. I'm just saying I could, if I wanted to, just drive this car only as a one-car solution. Like it can do that. Is it the best? No, but you can. Somebody commented while I got a car seat in here. Check out my channel, man. That's why I say that every video. Check out my channel. Check my rap sheet. I do this. The kids get in every car. They love to do it, man. It's a like, who wouldn't want to get in a sports car? Like, why should they be limited to the boring Blazer or the Integra? Like, they can get in any car. I keep it in here because who knows? Like, if I got to go somewhere and pick them up now, I got the car seat in here. So this car can do it. Why not? It's not a 2-seater. It's a 4-seater. They got 4 seats for a reason. Then the final thing on my 1-month ownership review, I am really impressed with the gas mileage. So I'm one of those people that track every tank on the car for like a few months and then I just quit. But I only put like 2 tanks of gas in this car since I had it. Like I said, I haven't really driven it that much. But the tank that I did fill up, like they brought it here, they needed gas when they got it here, and I filled up like twice after that. But I'm averaging like 18 or 19 miles per gallon. I only have 1 track on my Fuelie app, but it was like 18 or 19 miles per gallon. And the way that I drove that car in that amount of time, that's really good, man. Because the Integra with all city driving, it'll get like 25, 26. And this thing is close to 20, so that's superb. My Mustangs and Camaros have been 13, 14. The SS got like 15 in my regular driving. This car is like 4 miles a gallon better than those cars, which is superb. This gas tank is pretty small though. I know with the GT350, I was getting like 13 miles a gallon and then it only had like 12 gallons to put in there. I'm like, dog, man, I need a bigger fuel tank. But this car, like, I hate going to the gas station, especially it's cold out here. My hands are dry, I'm freezing out here, but not having to go to a gas station is a good thing. So M2 Competition, man, that could have doubled as a first impressions video, because I had a lot to say about this car. It's a lot of learning being a German car, and I haven't been in a German car this modern in quite some time. So learning curve, first month, didn't really drive it that much, but it's an experience, and I got a lot more planned for this car. Already did the exhaust, looking for other things to do. Like, it's so much with these cars, man. Just BMW is a whole new world for me, like this new. So I'm just looking forward to it. Like I said, this is my third BMW. I showed you guys the E34, and I had an E39 M5 as well. It's actually kind of similar in certain ways how the interior is. Much hasn't changed. That's back when BMW was focused on driving, and now they're more so luxury. And this car is the BMW driver's car. They still kept that recipe for here. So it's like the spiritual successor to the older BMWs, like the E36, the E46. It has the same recipe, just fun to drive and as light as it can be. But they cheaped out on the aluminum bits that the M3 and M4 got, because you got to keep the price point low, and you can't cannibalize your own sales in-house. Kind of like I said with the Corvette and Camaro, same thing with M3, Porsche Caymans and 911s, M3, M2, M4, M5s, things of that nature. So that's Q's experience, first month ownership with the M2. The weather's hopefully breaking out here, so it snowed yesterday out the blue. I got a huge, I say this a lot, but whoever has the weather app on the iPhones are trash, man. My phone said it was going to snow for like in the morning. My wife's phone said it was going to snow for hours. And then we both reset the app. Her phone still said the same thing, like snow until 7 p.m. So like 4 hours straight of snowing. And mine was like snow for the next hour, then nothing. Glad I didn't drive it yesterday, because I would have been stuck in the snow. And it was like whiteout snow conditions for like 2 minutes, which would have been terrible to drive this car in. Probably, yeah, I wouldn't do it or recommend doing it. No shout out to the Apple people. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Check out my channel, man. See why I got car seats in the back of this car. You'll see the kids in a few videos. So I'm Q, checking out, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.